Bhagavad Gita, this is called Gita Upanishad. 108 main Upanishad. What's your name again?
Nada.
She came here knowingly or just by accident?
I put the music on.
So, what are we doing? So in Bhagavad Gita, this is one of our main scriptures. This is one of the 108 Upanishads. Upanishad means that which brings you near to God. So, Sarva Upanishad Gavo Dugda Gopalanana. But of the 108 Upanishads, this Bhagavad Gita can be yours for only $5. It's considered the best. Why? Other scriptures talk about Bhagavan, about God. No? But when God talks about himself, that's Bhagavad Gita. And who's this lady?
My friend. My
Huh?
friend gave it me. Adi Lakshmi. Adi Lakshmi.
Adi Lakshmi. So, this was spoken 5,200 years ago. Okay, so quite recent. Krishna explains to Arjuna, this same Bhagavad Gita is spoken beginning of creation. So, sometime this knowledge become lost and Krishna come again and speak. So Krishna, especially third, this is 18 chapters. So Krishna talks about the science of work. Okay, Isha? Try and pay attention. So, every action we do has a reaction. Right? Every reaction we do have a reaction. That is called karma. Okay, karma 3 types. If I perform some bad activity, that is called vikarma. Right? Eating chickens, drinking wine, cheating on husband, wife cheating on husband, husband cheating on wife, or stealing, lying, cheating, violence. No, this is called vikarma. The result of vikarma, performing bad activities which give pain to yourself and give pain to others, the result of that vikarma means this life and next life I'll have to suffer. Suffer in the form of disease, poverty, financial crisis, unhappy married life. Sometimes children also give so much headache. Natural disasters like war, flood, famine, some disability, old age, some disease. This is all the result of previously performed impious activities. So, vikarma. Then the opposite of that is good karma. Just called karma. Like feeding animals, feeding humans, distributing medicine to the poor, blankets, clothing, giving education to the children, helping old ladies across the street. This is all different type of pious activities, karma. Prescribed duty, Krishna calls it. The result of this good karma, punya karma, is what? This life and next life I will enjoy good reputation, harmonious relationships with family. Some families very happy, everyone cooperate together. Some families, we do not find that. Some people have, the result of previously good karma, they have very happy marriages, obedient children, wealth, good reputation, everybody likes them, fame, they have good health. This is all the result of previously performed good activities. And another one is akarma, neglect of one's prescribed duties. That is also not recommended. So this cycle of karma gives us happiness and distress. What's her name? Nana. Nada. Oh, good name. Nada, who's to blame for unhappiness or success? Who's to blame? God? Us. I cannot punch myself in the face and say why God did that to me. Therefore, the Vedas give this vision. No? Everything that happens is the result of past activities. So the problem is if we analyze this good, if we analyze this a little deeply, we understand that both good activities and bad activities both are defective. If I perform bad activities, I'll have to take birth and suffer. But if I perform so-called good activities devoid of relationship with God, I will have to take birth to enjoy the result. Right? So both good activities and bad activities, these are both the cause of, again, being forced to accept another material body. So they're the same thing, actually. Prabhupada said in his charming way, wet stool and dry stool. At the end of the day, it's the same. So taking birth in a very wealthy and happy family, or taking birth as a worm and stool, they both mean you have to accept another material body. Therefore, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita just instructs us on the science of work. How to perform work with no reaction. So nada, we should act in such a way, at the time of death we are not forced to accept another material body. That is perfection. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna discusses all these things in 3rd chapter. Right? Have you heard of Bhagavad Gita, Nada? All right. So, Bhagavad Gita is Arjuna bewildered what to do. Because he is a warrior, a king. A king has to fight. So, before the battlefield, before the war commenced, Arjuna asked Krishna, take me in the middle of the battlefield. I want to see nicely who is against us. When he saw in the opposition army, who did he see, Sita? Who did Arjuna see on the opposite side? He saw his grandfather. He saw his cousin brothers. Duryodhana had 100 brothers, all Arjuna's cousins. He saw his uncles, like Salya. He even saw his own guru, Dronacharya, all friends, all relatives. Then Arjuna's heart became full of compassion. Or Arjuna argued, no, I'm fighting to become king, but the king is a servant. So why should I accept a kingdom covered in the blood of my relatives? These relatives are the people why I become king, to protect, to maintain. Why should I enjoy a kingdom covered in the blood of those whom I respect? Also, when I kill all these men, what will happen to the wives? What will happen to the children? They will be spoiled, no protector. The children will be destroyed. The women will be polluted. All traditions will stop. I will be the cause of the destruction of society. So what should I do? Better I go and maintain myself by begging rather than fight. No, so this is akarma. I don't know what to do, so I won't do anything. This is akarma. So Arjuna presented the theory of non-akarma, non-performance of action. If I don't perform an action, there will be no reaction. Like Buddhism. What Buddhist monks doing? Nothing. They think by this they will become free from the cycle of birth and death by non-action. But finally Arjuna did not know what to do, so he surrendered to Krishna. Krishna, he accepted as authority. So, tell me what to do. I surrender to you. So firstly, Krishna said, Arjuna, many things Krishna said in first chapter is only Arjuna speaking. You know, on the bus when someone's next to you just going on, what do? Off button. So first chapter is only Arjuna speaking. But finally when he stopped speaking and inquire, then Krishna give answer. Many people try to read Bhagavad Gita and they read what? Krishna is convincing Arjuna to kill all his relatives. Most people try to read Bhagavad Gita, they stopped at first chapter. But Arjuna is not convincing Arjuna to kill his relatives. Krishna is convincing Arjuna to act in a proper manner. So firstly, Krishna discusses, no one can remain inactive even for a second. Even sitting. What are you doing? Sitting. What are you doing? Sleeping. Sleeping is also an activity. What are you doing? Nothing. That's not possible. Breathing is going on. Seeing is going on. Hearing is going on. Thinking is going on. Digestion is going on. So no one can remain without action even for a second. Therefore Krishna said, your idea of non-action, this is foolish. No, because no one can remain inactive even for a moment. So Krishna says, Firstly, the first teaching in Bhagavad Gita is Atma Tattva. O Arjuna, you are speaking foolish words, because the soul is not killed, nor the soul kills anyone. Understand, Nada? Soul is not killed, we can understand that. Body is killed, body is burned, body is buried, body is chopped to pieces. But soul, no. Soul has no old age, no birth, no death. No. Ishvara angsa jiva abanasi chetanamala sahasukurasi tulsidasa. That soul is ajama, immortal, unborn. It is not born when the body is born. It is not destroyed when the body is finished. That soul is eternal. So soul is not the performer of material activities. No? When we're eating, who is eating? The soul is eating, Nada? Or who is eating? Body. Soul is not eating. Soul is not drinking. Soul is not sleeping. Soul is not fighting. Soul is not affected by lust, greed, anger, or any of these things. So Bhagavad Gita is not Krishna convincing Arjuna to kill everyone. Bhagavad Gita starts with Krishna speaking as Atma Tattva. You are not this body, Arjuna. The body is performing work, but the soul is not performing any action. Therefore your words are foolish. I will kill him, he will kill me. This has no meaning. The soul is never killed. Neither the soul kills someone else. The soul is akarma, in one sense, the non-performer of action. Right? But somehow, we have entered this field of karma. This body is the result of previous activity. So how can I cannot avoid action, so how should I act in such a way that I achieve liberation? Not further bondage. So in that regard, Krishna speaks, 3rd chapter Bhagavad Gita, Yagna tat karmaro yatarokayam karma bandhanaha. Oh Krishna, Krishna says, any activity devoid of remembrance of me, this activity is the cause of bondage. I remember I first heard this, I become so much stunned. Any action I do forgetting Krishna, any action devoid of relationship with him, this is called karma, and this is the cause of bondage. Nada, who do you eat for? Who do you cook for? Cook for yourself, that is karma.
I cook for the people I look after.
That is also karma. That means you will have to take birth, because when you cook, you're also killing potatoes, spinach, rice. When you boil the water, so many microbes are there. When you cook, so many microbes are going in. If you use firewood, so many insects and termites are being cremated. Even every act is full of violence. Every act is full of reaction. Therefore Krishna speaks this nice truth. Therefore Arjuna, all acts should be done in remembrance of me. Right, Jayashree, listening? So, yadasnas yajahos yadtapaswasi kunta yadkurusa madarpanam. Oh, Krishna says. Oh, Arjuna, everything you eat, all austerity you perform, any donation or charity you give, yadkurusa madarpana, do as an offering to me. Right now you're breathing, right? Who made the oxygen? God, Krishna. So you're taking without remembering him, without doing anything activity. This is called karma. The reaction will be suffering. So every act, even looking, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, walking, digestion. If we perform these activities separate with a mood of devotion, that activity is the cause of bondage. So yagna tat karmanodya loko yaram karma bandhana. So Krishna says, Arjuna, you cannot avoid action. You are a soldier, you are a king. You cannot avoid fighting. So fight for me. Remembering me. Then you can achieve perfection by your activities. So we have some guests. Oh my God, that's your children.
Yes.
Come here. What's your name, son?
Mita.
Come, sit. Don't worry, you won't die if you hear half an hour lecture. Oh, I wonder who those children were running around. So Bhagavad Gita, this is 3rd chapter. Performing all activities in remembrance of Him, in connection with Him. So you forget Him, you enter the cycle of karma. And you remember Him, then this same activity gives liberation. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, the uncontrolled mind is the cause of all bondage, and the controlled mind is the cause of liberation. So when the mind is controlled and we remember Krishna, that remembrance gives perfection. And performing an activity you forget Him, that forgetfulness is the cause of more karma, more bondage, repeated birth, death, old age, and disease. So third chapter, this is action. So if Arjuna can achieve perfection while fighting, while remembering Krishna, then definitely we can also achieve the same perfection by performing our jobs for Krishna, cooking for Krishna, remembering Him, chanting His names. So any activity done in connection with Krishna not only destroys all past karma, also opens the door to all further auspiciousness. So I want to tell one little history in this regard. Chaitanya Charitamrita describes there was one Brahmin 500, probably 50 years ago. His name was Subhuti Rai. He was very wealthy. So, he was also very powerful. So, he was also very generous. So, he was performing, so he had many people working under him. Sometimes he would dig ponds, make roads for the people, free food distribution, very pious. So, one Muslim was working under his guidance. So afterwards, that Muslim became Hussein Shah, the king of Bengal. So Hussein Shah, when he married, he's mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita twice. So when he married, then his wife noticed on his back were some whip marks. So again and again the wife asked, where did these marks came from? Who gave them to you? But the king remained silent. He did not like to tell. But wife is always expert at extracting. Again and again she put pressure. Who beat you? Where did it come from? So Hussein Shah was forced to admit, actually, one Brahmin, one Hindu, Subhuti Rai, when I was young, he whipped me. He beat me. No, maybe it said Hussein Shah maybe stealing something. Subhuti Rai caught him and beat him. So the wife became very angry. Now you are king of Bengal, you should execute Subhuti Rai. But Hussein Shah said, how can I execute Subhuti Rai? He is like my father. He's so kind to me. I cannot kill him. But wife was putting pressure. Right? We all know that one. So finally the king, what can I do? I will not execute him. The wife said, at least make him into a Muslim. So all the millions of Muslims in India, where did they came from? Did they all migrate from Saudi Arabia? Muslims would put tax on poor people. So if you were non-Muslim, they put some tax. So poor people would convert to save paying tax. Or by force they were converted anyhow, by marriage, somehow. So Subhuti Rai, how he became a Muslim, very easy. Hussein Shah just threw some water on him. And he became a Muslim. Nitai, where are you going?
I'm just going to get some water.
Make sure you offer to Krishna or you'll end up like Subhuti Rai. So, Subhuti Rai was rejected. He became a Muslim. He was rejected by the Brahmin community. He was rejected by his family. So he didn't know what to do or where to go. He lost everything. So, the Hindu scriptures also, there's one section called the Dharma Shastras. I think 22 scriptures. This also like the Manu Samhita. If we perform some bad activity, there's a method of purification that is called prayashchit. Buddhists, everyone believe in this. Like as a Catholic, you go to the Father. Oh, Father, I did this bad thing. Then he gives some, right? Nandikishore, some punishment, some purification. That's a better word, isn't it? Okay, stick $10 in the box and chant 10 Hail Marys. Something. Buddhism also have that. Actually, when I went to Malaysia, there was one temple up the road. Lotus Temple. Then the man in front was selling hundreds of little budgerigars, little birds. Cheap, I remember. Still, I didn't buy one. So I remember. Like you pay 3 ringgit and you get a bird and then you can release. And then you can go and have KFC. Right? That idea is there. I'm killing so many birds and eating them, so one bird I should release. I heard people also catch crabs. No? They buy the crab from the fish market and put it back in the harbor. They perform activity. This is called prayaschitta. I did some bad activity, then let me give some donation or do something. So the origin of all this idea came from the Manu Samhita. Very extensive work. According to all the sinful activities you can perform, there's some method of purification. So Subhuti Roy went to Varanasi. There was many Pandits learned in the Manu Samhita. So he went there and he consulted. I was a Brahmin. I lost my caste. How can I be purified? So the one Pandit, he was looking in the book. It says here for a Brahmin who loses his caste, he should drink 2 liters of boiling ghee. Then he's purified. What happens if you drink 2 liters of boiling ghee? You're dead. Suicide by ghee. Could be worse. So it means by committing suicide, you're purified, then next life you can get some good position. So Subhuti Roy was a little doubtful. So he went for a second opinion. So he went to another Pandit and explained. The Pandit said, well, because you yourself did not do, you had no choice, it was forced upon you, you should not take it very seriously. You had no choice, no free will. So Subhuti Roy was confused. What should I do? Drink the 2 liters of boiling ghee or just not worry about it? But he was very fortunate. At that time Lord Chaitanya had come to Varanasi. So that is also mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Chaitanya, he is Krishna himself, who appeared 520 years ago, Nada. Okay? Can you remember that name? Chaitanya. You think Chaitanya. So handsome because Krishna, so more attractive than millions of cupids. So beautiful. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur has written, Saundaja Kama Koti Sakalatini Samaladini Chandra Koti Vatsalya Matra Koti Titasi Vitana Mao Daujasari Gambiram Bodha Koti Madhuna Sudaksi Madvika Koti Goda Dev Sajiva Rasapade Dashitas Chacha Koti. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur, no? This is the uncle of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. He met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in South India. He was in Sri Sampradaya, but he gave up everything and came to Gaudiya line. So he wrote, Lord Chaitanya saw more handsome than millions of cupids. Why? Because Cupid gives so much. One Cupid to control this whole creation. Right? It means lust for women or lust for man, lust for money, lust for wealth, lust for power. No? So one Cupid control this whole creation. But Cupid, he control you, you suffer, you burn, this gives pain. But Lord Chaitanya more attractive than millions and millions of Cupids. But this attraction never gives pain, it gives bliss and happiness. So, he's more handsome than millions of Cupids, more cooling than millions of moons. Like one full moon, we look how much we feel happy. So imagine Lord Chaitanya, millions of moons, cooling. Then Gambiram Bodha Koti, he's deeper than millions of oceans. One ocean, how deep? But Lord Chaitanya, deeper, more difficult to understand, more grave than millions of oceans, more affectionate than millions of mothers, so kind, so generous. What happened to our mother last life? Finished. That relationship gone. So the mother's life only, as long as you have this body, that relationship is there. But when this body is finished, mother's love also finished. But Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, so he is like millions of mothers, affectionate. In this world, you do something bad, mother may reject you. But Lord Chaitanya is the super soul, never reject anyone. No matter what the soul do, no matter where they go, the super soul always follows them. So Lord Chaitanya, kinder than millions of mothers, more kind than millions of wish-fulfilling trees. There's a special tree, Nada, a wish fulfilling. This is in the celestial planets. Whatever you want, that tree becomes that. You want a beautiful woman, the tree becomes that woman. Maybe you want a pizza, that tree becomes that. But the thing is, they fulfill any desire, but if you want something bad, give me cancer, also will give you that. So Lord Chaitanya, more kinder than millions of wish-fulfilling trees, because he never gave anything bad, never. He only gave his love of Krishna, the highest. If you ask the wish-fulfilling tree, give me love of Krishna, he cannot, because he does not have. So Lord Chaitanya, kinder than millions of wish-fulfilling kalpavriksha, sweeter than millions of drinks, nectar drinks, more sweet. And when he chanted Krishna's name, he just displayed millions and millions of symptoms of love of Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya came to Varanasi that time. Millions of people were following him. When he would chant, you read, when he would go to this temple of Lord Shiva. What's the main temple there? Vishwanath. Hundreds of thousands of people would go just to see him. Because the happiness you get by seeing him, you cannot get anywhere else in this entire creation. Just by seeing him, what happiness you get. So millions of people would follow him. Lord Chaitanya never giving donations, never giving khichdi or food or medicine or clothing. He never giving any of that. What he giving? Only love of God. Nothing else. So anyway, many people were so joyful, but some people would criticize Lord Chaitanya. Oh, what's he? He's meant to be a monk. He's not meditating. He's not studying the scriptures. He's just day and night, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Some people would criticize, especially the Mayavadis. Now do you know what a Mayavadi is? No. Mayavadis believe that we are all God. Are you God, Nada? No. Come on, that's ridiculous. God means has no obstacles. But we are not God. God has no unfulfilled desires. We have millions of unfulfilled desires. God means no suffering, He's bliss, full knowledge, all-pervading. But many people believe like that. When the soul achieves liberation, become God, merge with God. But no, this idea is very wrong. They believe God has no form, no name, no activities. They could not understand Lord Chaitanya's chanting and dancing and ecstasy. They would criticize him. So, when Lord Chaitanya heard their criticism, he just smiled. And he said, no, like a farmer, right? The farmer comes from Kadikadi with his truck, 3,000 kilos of what? Cucumber, avocados. But no one buying. What should the farmer do? Carry them back to his farm? He just give them for free. Or discount. So Lord Chaitanya said, I brought so much love of Krishna, because Lord Chaitanya is just coming from Vrindavan. So I brought so much love of Krishna, but no one here wants. So I give for free. I mean, they're not qualified, but still I will give them. He thought like that. So anyway, all these things happened in Varanasi. Some devotees were there. Sanatana Goswami was there. Chandrasekhar, he had married Sanatana Goswami's sister. So Chandrasekhar was there. Tapan Mishra, that is the father of Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. He was there. Not said whether Raghunath Bhatt was there, but his father was there. So some devotees were there. There was one Brahmin also there from Mathura. So when they heard them criticizing Lord Chaitanya, he felt so much pain. So he said, he arranged a big religious assembly. And he invited Lord Chaitanya, please come. So being affectionate to the devotee, Lord Chaitanya came. And all these same people who were criticizing were also there, sitting in their great seats, Mahamandaleshwara, with their umbrellas. I am Jagat. So Lord Chaitanya, what did he do? Instead of going sitting in a big seat, he sat where everyone washes their feet. And these people who were criticizing, they saw his humility, their hearts became a little soft. So, Esa Shripad Korovacha, they said. Especially the leader of the Mayavadis, his name was Prakashananda. Prakashananda is Mayavadi. And Prabhanananda from birth was Tridandi Sannyasi, was Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. So some people say this Prakashananda and Prabhananda is the same person. But how is it possible? So Gurudev wrote one big essay. It's like one big disrespect of Prabhupada Saraswati. It was like one main pillar of Gaudiya Sampradaya. Anyhow. So the leader of the Mayavadis, his name was Prakashananda. His heart melted. So, Asa Shripad, Asa Shripad. He said, come, great soul, come here. Why are you sitting in a dirty place? Lord Chaitanya showed from his body some effulgence, which attracted their minds. You are as brilliant as Lord Narayan himself. Then why are you sitting here depressed in a dirty place? Come here, come here. So then they, with great respect, they sat Lord Chaitanya up in some big seat there. Then they asked, we cannot understand your activities. You are the disciple of Keshav Bharati. Therefore you are glorious. You are in our same sampradaya. But you never see us, you never look at us. You avoid us. You are a very learned person, but you are not studying scripture. You are not meditating. You are just chanting in the streets with the other fanatics, sentimentalists, the bhaviks. Bhavuk means like sentimental person. No philosophy, then Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya very humbly, I may speak something about the name of Krishna. Yes, yes, we will hear. So he said, my Guru chastised me. You are very foolish. You don't know. It's Vedanta. You should just chant the names of Krishna. Murkha tumhi nahi tu Vedanta adhikar. Krishna nam japa sadai mantrasa. His Guru said, you are a foolish fellow. You cannot study scripture. Just chant these names of Krishna, which are the essence of all the Vedanta, essence of all mantra, essence of all Vedanta. So when he started chanting, when Lord Chaitanya first chanted these Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. These syllables took the form of a dark complexioned youth. Who is that? Krishna. Directly when he chanted the name, this mantra revealed the form of Krishna. So attractive, so handsome. Lord Chaitanya ran because the mood of Radhika. He ran to embrace, but Krishna disappeared. Then Lord Chaitanya bitterly weeping. No, these are all Radhikas. Kwananda Kula Chandama. Kwa Sikapucha Kalankata. Kwa Munda Muralidhava. Kwa Munda Muralidhava. Ka Rasa Rasa Tandava. Where is Krishna, who is the jewel of the dynasty of Nanda Baba? Where is Krishna, whose chest is like a slab of emerald? Where is Krishna, who plays the flute on the fifth note very deeply? Where is Krishna, who dances most wonderfully in the Rasalila? Not getting him, my heart is breaking. Lord Chaitanya began bitterly weeping. I cannot find Krishna. Then Lord Chaitanya was thinking. All this he spoke to all the Mayavadis. What happened to me before I was a very learned person? But I lost everything. This month, so he went to his Gurudev. Ki mantra dibo gosai, ki mantra bal, japite, japite, korila, pagal. Gurudev, what mantra you gave me? What power is there? This mantra made me mad. This mantra makes me weep. This mantra makes me laugh. This mantra makes me roll on the ground. This mantra makes me dance. I am not doing it. This mantra is by force doing this to me. So what happened to me? What is this mantra you gave me? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, Jayashree, try and stay awake. Then Keshav Bharati became very happy. Krishna Visayaka Prem Pancha Parusata. Tarage Trinatul Charo Parusata. Oh my son, you are very fortunate. You have somehow developed the fifth goal of life, love of Krishna. Krishna Visayaka Prem, with Krishna as the object. We have love, nada. But now we're loving dog, we're loving wife, we're loving children, we're loving New Zealand. But no love for Krishna. So Krishna is the real object of love because everything comes from him. You are very fortunate, my son. You have developed love of Krishna. This is the ultimate goal of life. So Krishna Visayaka Prem Panchopara. This is the ultimate goal of life. That is like an ocean of bliss And everything is not even, everything, that ocean of love of Krishna is like an ocean of happiness. Everything else cannot even be equal to one drop of that. So, my son, you are very fortunate. Always chant this Mahamantra. Always chant. With the devotees and dance. In this way, make your life perfect and perfect the life of others. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told about his initiation. And all the Mayavadi sannyasis hearing. Oh, yes, yes. The name of Krishna is wonderful, but why you are not studying scripture? The Vedanta. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the Gaudiya Vedanta, the Bhakti Vedanta, the devotional understanding of the Vedanta Sutra. Then Mahaprabhu said, if I say something, you will not be angry? No, they said. We are sure anything you say must be very reasonable. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the devotional understanding of the Vedas. Then all Mayavadis became astonished. They also, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya, same time he was in Varanasi. Then lucky Subhuti Roy was there. He met Lord Chaitanya. And he also asked him the question. I was a Brahmin, I became a Muslim. How can I purify myself? Some are saying drink 2 liters of boiling hot ghee. Some saying don't worry about it. What should I do? No, just like Arjuna, very fortunate, he could meet Krishna and ask 16 questions. So Subhuti Roy also too much fortunate, he could meet Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya also gave him answer, no. Just chant these names of Krishna. This he said, no. Krishna mantra hoite pabe samsara mochan, Krishna nam hoite pabe si Krishna rachana. Haribo. Just worship, chant the names of Krishna, the mantra of Krishna, the Brahma Gayatri, right, for example. The mantra of Krishna gives freedom from birth and death. But after freedom from birth and death, what will you do then?
Nothing.
After liberation, the soul serves Krishna.
I mean, beyond liberation.
Beyond liberation. Right? Beyond the nirvana. Many people think liberation is goal of life, nada. But it's not a fact. Nada, listening. After liberation, what you do, that is the main thing. Like get out of jail, right? Getting out of jail is not the real business. When you get out of jail, what you do, that is the real business. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Therefore, liberation is temporary. It can take 1 second. Like you light a lamp. In Chaitanya Shikshamrita, Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives an example. That can be yours for a bit more than 5 To light the lamp takes 1 second. So lighting the lamp is temporary. But the burning of the lamp is the eternal thing, the main thing. So therefore, liberation is temporary. But what happens after liberation, service to Krishna, that is eternal. No? So the mantra of Krishna gives liberation, but the name of Krishna gives Krishna's lotus feet. Therefore, Ek Namabhas Sabha Papakshay. One name of Krishna can destroy more sins than it's possible to commit. There is no need of any other purificatory process except chanting these names of Krishna. So Subhuti Roy, instead of drinking 2 liters of boiling hot ghee, what did he do? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. There is no need of any other process to become purified. And when you're purified, what will happen then? Love of Krishna. So name is both for the non-perfect persons and also for the perfect persons. No? Rupa Goswami wrote in this Namastikam. No? This name of Krishna is the shelter for all. Aya mukta kulas patitastam harinam samsrayami. Even the liberated souls take shelter of Krishna's name. Adisha, you know Hanuman? You know Hanuman, right? What does Hanuman always do? Sita, what does Hanuman always do? Huh?
Others sing.
Your children are useless.
Just very shy.
Huh? What does Hanuman always do? Right. Okay, you said one question. What does Narad Muni always do? what does Radharani always do?
Krishna's
Right, there you go, that was good.
Pass.
Radharani, Narad Muni, Hanuman, who else? Dhruva, Prahlad, everyone. All liberated, perfected souls. Panchmukh Gan Tripurari with 5 mouths, Shiva chanting, Krishna, Krishna. So all the liberated souls, they never give up the name of Krishna. Right? So Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is for the perfect souls. And we are not perfect, but we can also chant. Therefore, name is too much merciful. No? Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote, Jiver Kalyan Sadanakam Jagati Asye Madhujanam Nam Bina Kichu Nahiko Ara Chauda Bhuvanamaja. Beautiful Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote. Jiver Kalyan Sadanakam Jagati Asye Madhujanam. Krishna's name is where? Always in Golok Vrindavan. And out of mercy to us who are very low, that name which is Sadyavastu, which is chanted by the perfected souls, out of mercy that name also comes to us in the stage of sadhana. Actually, Harinam is not really for sadhana. Harinam is also the sadhya. But out of mercy, she come to us. So kind. Guru Maharaj gave example like a PhD teacher going to the kindergarten and teaching A is for apple, B is for banana, C is for cat. So name is there. Even Radharani, the topmost are perfected. The topmost Vaishnava. And Radharani's life and soul is name of Krishna. So Golokera Premadana, Nandikishore, Harinam Sankirtana. Okay, don't neglect the name. You have to chant in your beads. Not just hang on a hook and look at it once a year. Okay? So the name is for everyone. From Radharani down. Typical Maharaj says so. Name is the lowest can chant. And the highest can also chant. But the children of devotees never chant. Hare Krishna. So Jivera Kalyana Sadanakam Jagati Asya Madhudanam. Out of mercy that Madhudanam also come to us in the form of sadhana. Nama Bina Kichu Nahikoada Chauda Bhuvanamata. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur says with realization, there is nothing in the entire creation except the name of Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave all these instructions to Subudhi Roy. No need to commit suicide. Just chant the name of Krishna. Ek Namabha Savapapa Kshay. One name can destroy more sins than it's possible to commit. Namno Yasi Yavata Shakti Papo Nirharani Hari. One name, one Krishna can destroy more sin than it's possible to perform. But still, Purnamasi, doesn't mean, oh, now I'm purified, I will do more sin. I will chant and then do more. Krishna is not so foolish like we think. This is one Nama Parad. No. So one name, destroy all sin. And when you're purified, then you chant. And that name gives love of Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saved Subudhi Roy from suicide by ghee. Then Mahaprabhu gave him more instruction, go Vrindavan. Because he already, material life finished. Okay, Jayashree, you're not going to spend your whole life here in Auckland, are you? Chalo, but you have room, you have everything there. Why not living there? Put the children in the freezer. Hariwal. So Mahaprabhu gave instructions to Buddhi, right? And end of life, right? Krishna Premavati, they will die here in Auckland. End of life, Prabhupada, one should give up and go holy place. Before eyes close forever, like Gurudev would say, when they carry the dead body to cremation, everyone's chanting Ram Nam Satya, except the dead guy. Right? What's he doing? Can't hear. Too late. Everyone chanting except him. So before eyes closed, then this whole instruction, Rupa Goswami said same thing. Essence of all advice, go Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu said, same as Subudhi Roy, go Mathura, live there. And chant his name always. So Subudhi Roy went, and how he was ideal. You know? He would collect firewood from the forest. Now there's no forest left at that time. He would collect forest firewood and he would earn something every day. Then he would live by chickpeas. Okay, don't worry, you don't have to do that. You can live by aloo paratha also, but he would live by chickpeas. And his extra money, because he was not spending any money on any food, just chickpeas. There were many devotees who would come from Bengal. And Bengali means rice. And Mathura means roti. So they could not digest roti very easily. They would suffer. So Subudhi Roy would spend his money on yogurt and rice for the Bengali Vaishnavas. And he would give the devotees oil massage. And this way he maintained his life very wonderfully. Simple living, high thinking. This way Vaishnava Seva Adhanam Sankirtan. He would serve the Vaishnavas. If we just chant Harinam but don't serve Vaishnavas, we cannot gain much. Gurudev was one time there was one devotee from England. He was quite chubby. Then Gurudev asked, what service are you doing here? And he said, Nam Seva, Gurudev, Nam Seva. I'm chanting the holy name, that is my seva. Then Gurudev said, Nam Seva is for Krishna. But what are you doing for me? Nothing, I remember. Because Krishna very much happy by service to the Vaishnavas. When we serve Vaishnavas, this quickly attract the mercy of Krishna. So chant holy name, but also serve Vaishnavas. So Subudhi Roy is serving Vaishnavas, chanting. In this way, also he lived in Mathura Vrindavan. When Rupa Goswami came Vrindavan, then Subudhi Roy took him to all these holy places. So his life became perfect. Okay, so we'll chant a little bit. Are there any questions? Nada, any questions? Is it too strange for you? Very easy, right? Serve Krishna by chanting his names. So easy process. No need to drink boiling hot ghee or release the birds or the crabs. So by performing all activities, hat se kam, mukh se nam, while performing any activity, one can achieve perfection if he remembers Krishna, and especially in this age, remembering Krishna means to chant his names. Kitana prabhav smarana hoy. By chanting, we can remember Krishna. And we don't chant, cannot remember, because mind is very restless, very wicked. Go Premanandi. Any questions, Sita? You're sorry you came or happy? Okay. Don't miss a Ekadasi. It's so easy thing. Ekadasi is so easy, but so powerful. If you just do Ekadasi, your life will have no suffering, no misery. That's very powerful. Any questions, Isha? What don't you like about Ekadasi? What do they feed you?
Potatoes.
A little cheese, huh?
With cheese and milk.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Mahima, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Gopreman. Any questions? I met you before, right? No, I told you many years ago. Any questions? Okay, Mahaprasad.
Jai.
You're talking about what the holy man can deliver one from one sins and one from commit. This is about Ramavas,
Namalas.
not now.
Not Sudanam?
Huh?
Not Sudanam or
Namabas.
Namabas can deliver the same.
Like Al Jamil,
Right.
chanting Narayan, Narayan,
Yeah.
thinking of his, indicating his son, but by that all his
Single.
karma was burnt to ashes. Many examples. Right? There was one Muslim in the forest. Sorry, going about the Muslims again. There was one Muslim in the forest and one pig attacked him.
I don't know.
So when he was dying, of course for Islamic, the pig is considered unclean. Actually, I'm going to tell another story about the water also. Anyway, so the pig is considered unclean. No? Give her one book. Hey,
Yeah, that's some.
take this. Is that a coloring book, is it? Yeah, take this also.
Take from. Okay.
Stay for something to eat if you like.
Stay and have some food afterwards.
Eating.
Join us.
big fasting today
Why? What's the special occasion?
because I'm painting something.
Are you vegetarian? Are you?
Nice. There you go.
I'm
She's
fasting.
Fasting.
today.
She's fasting.
I'm painting.
Okay.
What's that the name? Chitanya?
Chaitanya.
Chechnya.
Chitanya.
Chaitanyam sarvam nadi chaitanya swaram navadu sarvashastragya brahmanyanti tejanu. One may be very learned, but he not accept Lord Chaitanya. He just moves in the cycle of birth and death. Anyway, so one Muslim, he was being attacked by a pig, and for people of the Islamic faith, the pig is considered haram. Haram means untouchable. So also, he was passing stool, so when the pig knocked him down, he was also covered in his own stool. And so the pig was also trying to eat that. So double, the stool and the pig. So, being very terrified, he chanted, haram, haram. I told this story in Germany, and there was one guy from Iraq. He goes, yes, haram means unclean. So time of death, somehow he chanted the name of Ram. Haram became liberated. So very powerful. This is all Namabas. Okay. 4 type of Namabas. Like, where are we going in New Zealand? I'm going to Rama Rama. Hari, is there a city called Hari Hari also? Hari Hari. Going from Hari Hari to Rama Rama. This can be one type of Namabas. Sometimes musical entertainment. Sanket Pari, Stob, Hilla, Stob, musical entertainment. Like Boy George? Oh, no, not Boy. Yeah, Boy George also.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What's his name? George Harrison, My Sweet Lord. Hare Rama. So people may be chanting Hare Rama for musical entertainment. This is also one type of Namabas. Ajamil indicating something else. Calling the son his son Narayan. When we were in Bhubaneswar, we went to a hardware store, I remember. And the guy was there, yes, I went Hare Rama, I went Hare Krishna. He went, oh. He was shocked. He goes, how did you know my name? His name was Hare Krishna. So always hearing, always speaking, this can be Sanket Namabas. And sometimes joking. Like when we were kids. Our bus would go, every day we'd go to school on the bus, the 250 to Lane Cove. We would go past the Hare Krishna Center every day. So sometimes we'd see them in the courtyard, in the car park, and we'd chant, hey, get a job. Hare Krishna, get a job, you losers. Like that. We call out the look at her. Don't criticize the Australians. Anyway, this is like one joke. Hare Krishna. Like that. I read one guy, this is a funny story. It was Halloween, so they all would wanted to dress up as Hare Krishnas. So they all, it was a joke, Halloween, right? Hare Krishna, Hare. And as they came around the corner, the real chanting party of devotees came. And they joined anyway. For a joke, but Hare Krishna, that also has power. No? Fire, mantra, and medicine, these 3 things. No? Medicine, we don't know what's in it. You take, effect is there. Fire, maybe someone leaves the iron on, you don't know it, you touch it, you get burnt. So mantra also, you know or you don't know, but somehow you chant. So power is there. So this is all Namabas. Okay, we'll finish here. So tomorrow morning is temple program, right? Have you ever been? When was the last time you went to Vrindavan?
A long time ago,
Like how many years?
like 14.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Why not come? Come for 6 months.
yeah.
Why not? When you finish your studies, before you start working like a donkey, come for a few months. I'll give you my address. You can come. Go Premanandi.